When there's so much self-talk going on with comparison with others and self-criticism, self-judgment, is that just a complete block to the terror?
Yeah, that's one of the techniques.
So that's a technique when you just, because I understand that self-punishment is a no-go, like it doesn't go anywhere. But
yeah,
what about if you just let yourself feel how much self-hatred you have?
Self-hatred is a technique too.
Okay.
They're all techniques. What does self-hatred do for you, Tara? It does something.
Well,
it feeds one of these, right? What does it do?
Well, I understand it stops me from feeling what
it
other
does.
people really feel towards me.
Yes, by how does it do that?
Well, if I'm punishing and hating myself first, then I'm not going to feel the pain of other people hating me.
True, but also it's highly unlikely that they will attack you because they look at you and they go, poor Tara, she's already punishing herself enough.
How do they know that, though?
Because they can feel you doing it.
Okay.
Can't they?
Yeah, I suppose because it's so caught up in my head and the stories that are going on in my head, I don't see what that other people are feeling about me.
Correct. And that's the case for the majority of us because we're so involved in our own refusal of terror and so involved in our own refusal of pain that we forget that everyone around us is doing the same thing with different things, with different emotion. And we're not analysing their behaviour because we're too busy not understanding our own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's where we become, like you were saying earlier, detuned, basically not able to feel other people's emotions at all.
Exactly. We're in this place here, and this is what I found, is once I worked through that, I was now able to sense other people's emotions. So it's actually one huge benefit. You can now feel what other people actually feel. Before then, you can't feel anything. So I didn't even know what I felt. Before then, you don't even know what you feel. It's like, you know, I remember I went to a psychologist once because I was worried about, you know, where I was headed and sat down with him and he said, like, he was asking me, you know, what if somebody came into your house and they started attacking your two sons, what would you do? And I'm just thinking. And I, you know, say a few things. He said, no, maybe I'd better ask you this. What would you feel? And I'm going, feel? What would I feel? I had no idea what I would feel. None whatsoever.
So the story's actually stopping me from really feeling. I'm just staying in my head. And that's...
Well, it's an addiction.
That's the soul screaming, like you mentioned before, the soul screaming out.
No, while you're feeding your addictions, Tara, it's impossible to get to this. That's the point of the addiction.
Yeah.
So if one addiction is to self-punish, that's the addiction you feed. If one addiction is to punish others, then that's the addiction you feed. For many of us, it's both. You know, self-punish in some situations and punish others in other situations.
Yeah.
We do both because that covers over the terror somehow. I punish you, you will stop highlighting my terror. If I punish me, you won't attack me, which might be part of my terror of being attacked. And it's like self-blame, self-pity. Self-pity is another huge one, right, that we use.
Yeah.
Oh, pity myself, isn't it? So, I can't do anything about it. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Right. All this self-pity, and what's it for? It's just to avoid the fact that it's actually your responsibility to feel terror and it's your responsibility to feel pain. And there you go, oh, it's still terrible for me, it's still terrible for me. And what's that all to do? Just avoid the fact that you don't want to do it. You know, there's so many emotions that are all emotions of self-delusion, emotions that we create purposefully in order to avoid these two things. Powerful, hey?
Yeah.
We're so clever, aren't we? And we're weaselly, manipulative, conniving little crap pieces that, you know, in this place, you know, that's what we are. We're just trying to get whatever will satisfy us, right? Trying to get whatever will satisfy our avoidance, whatever will satisfy our desire for pleasure at all costs. That's all we're focused on, really. And the main reason why is because we want to avoid the terror and avoid feelings of pain, emotional pain in particular.
So just making that conscious choice to stop the stories and then feel into your body.
No, you can't make a conscious choice to do it. That's what I said earlier to Graham and what I've said earlier to someone else over here.
But how do you get
Conscious
from
choice
being,
is using your willpower.
But how do you get
can't
from
do-
being in your head to feeling what's in
You
your
have
body?
to develop an aspiration to feel what's in
yeah.
your body.
Okay.
You have to go through a process
Yeah.
to allow yourself to be emotionally open. Very important to understand that.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it by using your willpower. You're not going to do it by making conscious choices. You are unconscious, let's face it. You're madly going around going, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. At the soul level, you're unconscious. So develop consciousness at the soul level. That's all about firstly develop an aspiration and then working through the
And
thing.
faith too. Yeah.
And faith and other things, but all has to be in the soul, not as a part. It has to be a part of your emotional state, not as a part of your intellect.
You've said that hundreds of times. And I'm so sorry that we're still asking you the same stuff.
And why? Why? Why do we keep asking the same
Because we
stuff?
don't really want to hear the truth.
Correct. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. That's why you keep asking the same questions over and over again. Many of you have tried asking me the same question 25 different ways, and I've said the same answer every time. And surely you're bored with my answer by now, but it still goes on because this is screaming at us, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there.
Yeah. Thank you.